All right, we'll follow the same format, and we'll start it with Mark Weiser, followed by Palmer Tomes.
Warren, how are you?
I'm great. How are y'all doing?
Doing well. I want to ask you kind of halfway through this season how you would assess how this offensive line has done.
I think that this season there's been some highs and lows. We've been able to run the ball effectively the past 2 games, which has been very huge for us. That's always a point of emphasis for us. But we try to take every single game, just be the best we can, and just play the standard that we always try to set.
Warren, Coach Smart has said for a while now that Kentucky's always one of y'all's most physical games. What about it is about this defensive line is it that is such a challenge?
Oh man, he's absolutely right about that. They are always one of the most physical games that we play. They're just hard nosed. They're tough, just like our defensive line, just like our offensive line. Both sides of the ball. The line of scrimmage is always just tough guys that are trying to get down, get dirty, and just play the physical style of football that we try to play.
All right, let's go to Anthony Dasher, followed by Connor Riley.
Hey, Warren, good to see you. Are any special thing that you do, I guess, as an individual to block out all the noise that the coaches are always telling y'all not to pay attention to?
That's a good question. I try not to stay on social media too much, especially during the season. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that you can read that will kind of flood your mind with either bad ideas or just bad things that are not positive or any sort of way. So I usually try to stay off social media, and then really just whatever the coaches are telling us for our directives for this week and what we need to focus on, I usually try to stick to that.
Hey, Warren, what was y'all's sort of reaction when Jamaree went down and then obviously Broderick Jones stepping in? What did you make of how he played, and especially there in the second half?
Initially, when I saw him go down, I was worried, of course, because that's my brother, and I hate to see him go down, especially the leader that he is. But the good thing is that Jamaree is okay, and he's working, he's fighting to get back as soon as he possibly can. But Broderick, he stepped in against the Auburn, which is a fantastic opponent in their stadium, and he's able to go out and there perform at a high level, which was really encouraging to see.
Let's go to Chip Towers, followed by Seth Eberson.
Warren, I guess you chalk it up to you never know how things are going to work out. It's really amazing when I think about your story. You're expecting to be the starting center. The hand thing happens. Go to the first game. The Tate Ratledge things happen. Here we are 7 games in, and you're about to start your 7th game at right guard. Just tell me about how that sudden transition has gone to this point, and then how much of a advocate and partner have you become with Cedric, who's moved into that spot since then and apparently done pretty well at it.
Yeah, that initial when my hand injury happened, that was a whirlwind. I initially when it happened, we got the x-rays, found out I needed to have surgery. I thought I was gonna be out for an extended amount of time, and I thought, man, like my season might be over. I don't know what's going on. So mentally it was very tough for me, but I had my brothers on the team, family members and loved ones just encouraging me and telling me to keep fighting. And then with our with our medical staff here, they do such a fantastic job. So they're able to get me back. But, I was going into Clemson really not expecting to play very much because I had just gotten cleared that week. So it was, for me, it was kind of like, okay, like how's it going to work out? I kind of need to feel this out. But then seeing Tate go down, knowing that it was time for me to step up, and then seeing my hand hold up, it was the craziest whirlwind I could think of. And going into my 7th game, I think that just trying to get more comfortable every single day, and then just really trying to perfect my technique, things that I can do just with my footsteps and hand placement and pad level, things that I can do just to constantly improve is what I'm all about. And then Cedric, the great thing about, me, not the great thing that I went down, but the great thing about me going down was that Cedric was able to come in and get better tremendously. And that was really encouraging to see because he's been able to step up. So I'm really proud of him for how he's handled the situation as well. And I think that me being in there with Seb, we're able to kind of bounce ideas off each other, where a certain mic point should be or protection should be at. So having us in there, I can check him if I think he might not be making the right call, and he can do the same thing for me if he doesn't agree with me. So I think it's a good combo.
Thank you.
Warren, I'm asking this kind of facetiously. How did your all's lives change after ascending to number one? Does food taste better? Do you guys get comped at restaurants? Do you hear from people you haven't heard from in years, or did nothing change?
I think for me personally, nothing really changed. I mean, obviously, seeing that number one is great, and it's something that we all strive to be. But then again, this is the seventh game of the season. It's not the national championship. We're not at the end of the season yet. So what we got to do is we got to keep taking every single day, every single week, and just continue on progression. You know, we have to take time and keep getting better. That's the most important part. So I don't think anything in specific for me has changed, except the fact that I just want to continue to work hard and continue to focus on Kentucky.
Let's go to Jake Rowe, followed by Tyler Griffith.
Warren, I wanted to ask you about the guy beside you, Warren McClendon. And, you know, it seems like there are a lot of guys up front that get asked about and talked about. What's it like playing next to Warren? He seems like a really quiet guy and somebody that just doesn't really show up or get talked about a whole lot. And I guess that's a good thing for an offensive lineman.
He definitely has the offensive lineman mindset where, you know, when he's not on the field, he's just cool, calm, collected, just very laid back, easy going, fun to be around. But on the field, and especially during the games, Warren gets into it. You know, he likes to get after it. His whole emotions change. You know, he turns to a different person. So that's always fun, especially during the games, because Warren almost comes alive, which is really cool to play next to, because the way that he brings energy also gives me energy.
Hey, can you talk for a second about who some of the leaders are on the offensive side of the ball? And do you consider yourself a vocal leader?
I try to consider myself to be a leader. I definitely am someone who tries to lead by example, always trying to give as much effort as I possibly can, always try to do the little things right. If things need to be said, then I definitely want to step up and say things to correct them. But the great thing about this team in general and the offense in general is we have a lot of people that are willing to do that. Of course, we have Jamaree, we have Stetson, JT, we have you know, even Ladd, we have you know, Broderick at times, and we have Cedric at times. We have a lot of guys that are willing to step up and vocally correct and vocally be able to speak out about things that they think need to be fixed.
Got time for one more question, and we'll go to Ryan Curley.
Hey Warren, when you're guarding guys like Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter, Devontae Wyatt in practice, does that, you know, playing guys of that caliber, does that give you confidence to go in against other teams? You know, what do you kind of think about that?
Absolutely. Every single day, you know, I consider them one of the best in the SEC in the nation. So the fact that I get to go against some of the best defensive line that I could possibly go against is amazing, and it gives me confidence. But you know, the great thing about Kentucky is they also have a great defensive line. So it's just another challenge for me this weekend with the defensive line of Kentucky, and having Jordan and JD and Devontae to get me ready for that. It's been.
All right, Warren, thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you all. Thanks, Warren. Have a good night. See you. All right, thank you.